Okay, so this is the Super Star Destroyer. Very excited to have this set. Just came out. Was supposed to be September 1st of 2011, but I actually managed to find it at a Lego store just yesterday, August 27th. So very excited to have this. They didn't even have it on shelves yet. It was just in the back, and I managed to find this. You will only ever get this at a Lego store or online at lego.com. Very excited to have this. It is $400 US retail and 3,152 pieces, and you can see just how big this is as to how far I have to stand back to get it in frame. It is insanely huge. 49 inches in length from the nose to the tail. And I'll show you some comparisons here. I have the original Star Destroyer, the Ultimate Collector Series version that I can show you guys, but like I did last week and the week before, I'm using my old camera for detail shots, and then I will switch to the high definition camera for the bigger shots. So we're going to go over the minifigures here real quick. You get Darth Vader. Nothing new about him. He does have this little hologram. If it will focus, come on now. There we go. It's a hologram of Emperor Palpatine. If you remember in Empire Strikes Back, he talks to the Emperor, so that's kind of like a little mini hologram. But he's not a new minifigure, just regular Darth Vader. And then you get Bosk, and it's the exact same as the version you get with the new Slave One, but still a cool minifigure. And then you get a brand new exclusive figure. This is Admiral Piet. And basically it's, as far as I can tell, it's the same torso, the Imperial officer, but the face is brand new. And then you get a totally exclusive minifigure. This is Dengar, brand new minifigure. Hopefully he'll never be in another set, because I think he's very cool looking. And I can show you what the original Dengar looked like. He was only ever with the Slave One, the second Slave One, if you don't count Jango's. So you can see the difference there that 5 or 6 years makes. Pretty huge improvement there. Excellent face detail, excellent detail on the torso, the armor. There we go. So very cool. Exclusive. Hopefully it's never in another set. So it stays very rare. And then also you get this IG-88, and IG-88 has been in a couple sets, but this is a brand new version of him. Also exclusive to this set. You can see he's got that printed face, and that really is a print, it's not a sticker. It comes like that, so very excited to have that. Everything else is kind of the standard droid assembly, but that little piece, the headpiece, is very exclusive. So very cool minifigures. And I'll show you here the sticker you get with it. It's got the fact sheet. You can see this vehicle is 19,000 meters in length, so we're looking at it's in the teens for miles. It's miles long. Very cool. Holds, or it has 250 turbo laser batteries, 250 heavy turbo laser batteries, 250 concussion missile tubes, 250 ion cannons, 40 tractor beams, and it cruised 280,735 just to fly this thing. So 38,000 ground troops, 24 AT-ATs. So very cool. Huge ship. Second largest vehicle in the entire Star Wars universe. Not counting the Death Star. Death Star is not a ship, even though it does move. It's not considered a craft. It's considered a base. So second largest. The only vehicle that's larger than this, if you read the books, when they resurrect Emperor Palpatine after Return of the Jedi, he has a ship. I don't remember the name of the ship. I'm sure someone will tell me. But he has a large ship that is supposedly bigger than this. But this is an Executor class Dreadnought Super Star Destroyer. And as far as I know, this is the only ship of this size. I don't know if they ever made another, like if they had multiple Super Star Destroyers. I think this is the only one. This is Darth Vader's personal ship. So very, very cool. And the other detail thing we're going to go over real quick before we switch cameras. The reason you have minifigures is you have this section right here, and it's going to lift off. And basically it just sits on all these smooth pieces. So it just sits right on top of there. Kind of hard to get it to fit because there's a lot of little pieces that sit around it. There we go. But it is extremely snug once it's on there. But it just lifts off. And see, there's a lot of sticker detail. Kind of bummed that there's stickers and not printed, seeing as this is a very exclusive set. And it's really a pain to get all these stickers on here because they're very tiny. But basically you can stage the minifigures here and kind of reenact the scene where Darth Vader is talking to all the bounty hunters about catching the Millennium Falcon. So that's kind of the point to that. The only thing I really don't like about this, first of all, it kind of ruins the scale, because if you set up a minifigure here, like so, it really shrinks this ship down in size, because it looks like it's a lot smaller now that you have a figure on it. So I'm kind of not a huge fan of that. The other thing is you have to bury the minifigures in these little trenches in order to actually store them in here. They don't actually seal standing up. There's not that much ceiling height to this. So that's kind of annoying, but whatever. It can be done. There's my phone ringing if you can hear that. We'll ignore that. But anyways, I'm going to switch cameras here real quick. Oh, the other detail thing I want to show you is there's the command bridge right there. Very, very cool. So there's that. I'm going to switch cameras here and we're going to keep going. Okay, before we continue on with the review, I thought I'd show you something real quick. When I did my review of my Imperial Star Destroyer, a lot of you asked how I move it and how I get it set up, and the only way to do it is you have to take off this top section, as I've already done, and you lift up this support beam and you have to hold on to this. And there's an inside shot real quick. You can see it's totally hollow on the inside. But that's how you move it. So you put that piece back down, and then you're going to take this station right here. This is the second level, and it fits down like so. And then the final piece, the tower piece, right here, gets fitted. And you're going to take this slot right there, and it goes right on top. And that's how that works. Like so. There we go. So, continuing on, here is the Ultimate Collector Series Star Destroyer next to the Ultimate Collector Series Super Star Destroyer. And you can see the size difference here. If I back up a long ways, there is the difference between the two sets. The Star Destroyer, the farther one, came out, I want to say 2001, and that one is 3,200 pieces, and originally only $300. So you can see this one is a little bit less in pieces and $100 more. So you can see the difference there. But as you can see also, this one is a bit longer. This one's about 36 inches. This one is 49, and they're pretty evened up as far as I can get them in the tail section here. This one might actually need to come forward a little bit more. Right about there. So if you can see that, they're very, very large, so it's hard to get in frame. But there is the difference there. So a couple of things though. This one is incredibly fragile, very, very fragile, breaks all the time. It's mainly due to these large panels that are just hung off the ship. They're on magnets, very, very fragile. If you see my full review of it, you'll understand what I'm talking about. This one is almost flat on the bottom, as you can see, as opposed to this one, which is beveled out. You can see it's there's hung panels on the bottom and the top. This one is only floating panels on the top. So this one, the SSD, very, very solid, easy to build on, and you basically build this flat structure first, and then the panels, and then the middle, then the engines, then these top panels. And these top panels clip in at 6 different locations, or 5, excuse me, and it's these kind of clips. Let's see if I can get this to work. There we go. It's these kind of clips, so they're very, very strong and secure. So it really is a very strong ship, very easy to move. It is heavy, but it's very easy to move. So actually not that bad. And just to prove, this one's only about 100 pieces more. This one took me 13 hours. This one only took me 9. So this one is much easier to build. Still difficult, but much easier than the Star Destroyer. However, I think the Star Destroyer looks better, especially this rear tail section. The engines just look fantastic. Very, very cool. And there's just loads of detail. You got the turrets on the side, and it's just menacing. It's very, very cool. But like I've said before, a good one of these in good condition like this one will run you about $500 to $700. Very hard to come by in this good condition. This one, being brand new, is only $400, and it's awesome. It looks amazing. I just think the Star Destroyer looks a little bit cooler. But anyways, you get this mini Star Destroyer here, and this is to scale of this ship. So this vehicle is this size compared to the Executor. So there's a sense of scale for you as to how massive this ship is. This command bridge that you see here with the double shield generators and the flying bridge is this size. That's this little piece right here. That's what that's supposed to be. So this is an enormous vehicle. And like I said, when you have those minifigures on it, it kind of ruins that scale a little bit, but it's just enormous. It is so, so cool. I'm going to show off the engines here so you guys can see. Very, very cool setup on this. A little bummed that they're orange. In the movie, they're a very bright red. As far as I remember, maybe I'm wrong. But it is cool to have that there. I don't think it's as cool as this big blue displacement with the kind of the bevel that it curves in like that on the slants. But it's still very, very cool. Don't get me wrong. I'm not saying it's bad. The other thing is this is also very fragile and hard to move because those stands that it sits on are built into the frame. So you can't hold on to them because you're going to bend the panels. This one, as you can see, it sits on its stands, and you could actually remove it if you wanted to. There's only one pin. If you can see that right there, there's only one pin holding that in place. So very, very cool. Really, really excited to have this set. If you look next week, I'm going to have a slideshow showing off me building this set. Took me about 9 hours, like I said. Really hope you guys enjoyed this review. Not much more to say. Excellent set. Get it if you can. And that's my review, and I'll see you guys next week.